say a band is now, they're at that stage when they've done a few free gigs, they've got the name out there a little bit, they've started to do ticketed gigs and they're doing quite well.
Yeah.
That's the stage where I tend to see a lot of bands stick. They find it hard to get to the next stage, which is maybe getting experience out of town and getting a bigger name out than just the city that they're
One thing I'd advise a band to do, if they're serious about, having aspirations, having a career out of it, get out touring. I mean, one of the best investments of value for money a band can make is getting transport to get out of town. Do you know what I mean? Get a cheap van or something. Get a estate car.
Yeah.
Even if it's two of you in cars and stuff, go out there, go and play Doncaster, go and play Leeds, go and play Hull, go and play Scunthorpe, go and play Chesterfield, go and play Manchester, go and play. These places are not a million miles away, and there's some good independent promoters putting on decent bands there. Once you've got your product in order, once you've got your songs down, once you've got your live set well honed, take it out there. I mean, if anyone ever wants any advice on, the decent promoters that ain't going to take the piss, the ones that might sort you out some money for some fuel and a few beers, because that's all you can expect, really. When you're just starting out. I don't mind sort of giving a thumbs up to people I've worked with in the past in these towns and cities, but it's one of these things. You're never going to get that critical mass of people just in your hometown. What sort of people in the music industry that invest money in bands or booking agents that want to take bands on, what they like to see is a band having a fan base around the country. If you're a booking agent and you ring me up at say a venue and they say, oh, Tuffs, we've got this great band, we want to come and play Sheffield or wherever, and I say, well, do they know anyone in Sheffield? If I'm going to pay them £50 or £100, will they bring anyone to the show? And and if they say, well, they've had a bit of Radio 6 play, or they've got some, they've done a few shows off their own bat. There might have been a free entry show or something, but they tend to get 50, 60 people in. I think, right, get these guys on. If they've had a bit of national press or something, that's what venues look at. But also, booking agents need that. They need that groundwork. Otherwise, it's very difficult for them to sell a band to a venue just on that aren't going to bring anyone to the shows.
So we're at the stage where bands are just they're in the city, they're trying to branch out. So more great tips there for that. Thanks for that.
Well,
so really, what's the next stage after that? Because a lot of bands, I think, look for a record deal too soon. Or maybe even like attempt London and that kind of stuff, when that can be a waste of money.
I don't really understand what a record deal is these days.
No
one sells any like recording material as such. I mean, there's money in syncing things, getting things, films, video games, adverts. There's bit of money in touring and live stuff when you get to a probably 1,000 capacity venue stage. Before then, it's a bit thin on the ground. Actual record deals in the old-fashioned sense, I don't really think they exist anymore. They're like, I mean, I know a few people that have had vinyls pressed and they've made the money back on it and things, and I think bands look at it the wrong way. You've got to kind of find a niche for what you do in your music, and it's, I don't know, if you get stuff played on the radio, you'll get some licensing money every time it gets played. If you get some playlisted stuff. But
so you say finding your niche.
Well, it's a variety of different pots of money now, and even like labels as such, they don't really just sign bands up. We're going to record a record, and they want sort of money from the merchandise, the gigs. They want money from the live shows. They want money from the music that they're licensing out, and and it's kind of, you get these media companies now that own the radio stations, they're in print media, but they're also taking bands on and managing bands and putting the songs out. So it's kind of, that record deal, as they used to call it, doesn't really exist anymore. It's like these entertainment management companies that tend to be picking bands up.
So how would a band go about getting into a position where they're noticed then, really? Is it the music? Is it the quality of the music? Is it,
do you know what I think?
Make sure everything.
I think obviously it's nice to have good music, but I think what people look at is bums on seats. How many people? If you can get 200 people to every gig that you play, there's money to be made out of that. You know, it's worth putting bands on tour. You know, they've got a following around the country. Say if you've got 200 people coming to your shows in 10 cities in the UK, if you put a download out, you know, if every one of your fans buys it, you know, you probably get in the top 40 with it. You know, it's that's that tipping point where people get interested in.
And they look at social media numbers as well these days, don't they? Which is
I mean that's
it's like it can be made up, those figures.
Yeah,
to a certain
I know. I think you can spot a fraud with them sort of things.
Yeah.
If we've got loads of fans in North Korea or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Who's that? What fan's that?
You know, it just seems a little bit like you know, if they've got a lot in their local vicinity and in their own country, and it's genuine people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You can get a vibe of whether a band's going places or not. You know, if you do your research and you go to the shows, see the excitement. If you see a crowd kicking off like at a gig, you know there's something special about it.
You do.
You know, you got 200 people bouncing up and down to a band.
Yeah,
that's not just friends and family. You know, that's having a buzz about it.
You do. So that's kind of. I just wanted to look at the progress and how bands progress, and there's some pitfalls and some great tips from that. And I know you work with you work with everybody within each level that we've discussed today, don't you? And you see it happen a lot. And
it's one of these things. My phone's just ringing. I don't know who that's great.
Just talk to him.
I know.
Speakerphone.
They'll be watching this. They'll be like, "Fucking hell." Bet Tuffy does that all the time when they ring me. I wonder I can never get through to him.
So yeah, we've kind of talked through a career of a band starting off. I think there's some good tips in there for anybody watching this that's starting off in a band and wanting to progress.
Well, I think statistically, 0.001% of bands actually ever make any money out of things. So I think if people go into it thinking, I'm going to be a rock star, I'm going to have a big career out there, they're thinking at it from the wrong angle. They want to, you know, do it because you enjoy it, do it because you want to make some music, do it because it's fun. You know, if you don't enjoy it, do something else. You know, you don't just. I think because there is less money in it now, I do feel that there's more genuine bands out there. It's not like, I don't know, when I was a kid, when you know a lot of people in bands, they thought it were a golden ticket to being a millionaire or whatever. Whereas now people are a little bit more realistic with their aspirations.
You've got to run it as your own little business.
Yeah, well, a lot of big bands I work with, sort of touring acts and name bands, things you hear on radio and things you see in magazines, they're not a viable business where people can give up the day jobs. You know, a lot of people will also have an alternative income, and then, you know, they might have a few months off when they go on tour, but then they'll go back to doing what they do. And you'll be surprised. There's probably, unless you're in Kasabian or Arctic Monkeys, I don't think there's many bands that have got that sort of lifestyle where you know,
it's just that
you live in it large like it in the olden days.
And then eventually one day you might end up at Sheffield Arena. Now we're passing it.
Yeah, I've never been in.
And
no. I'm not a big fan of arena venues. I mean, I love the old sort of theatre ones, you know, like sort of Manchester Apollo, Brixton Academy, them ones. I think that's mint place. Arenas, I think it's a bit of a con, isn't it, really?
They're very corporate.
Pack them in, sell them £5 bottles of lager, charge £2.50 for a bottle of water, all that bollocks. You know, it's not really my bag.
No.
You know, I think it's, you know, I don't enjoy.
Have you ever worked on arenas?
Never been that bothered. I've done some of the bigger sort of theatre shows and things like that. It's never really took my fancy. I wouldn't say no, like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
For Guns N' Roses when we were put
that'd be a
go on then,
nice,
Slash.
Nice couple of weeks on tour with them bad boys. But Tuff, some great words. Really appreciate your time spending this afternoon with us down on this new episode of Reyt Good Music.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed it.
Road trip.
It's been good.
Thanks again for your time, mate. Cheers.
Pleasure. Is that the lot? Yeah.
Cheers.
Safe.